Come on up here, young man. Whoa! I'm telling you, you're got me right in the face. There it is. We finally caught us a big old Palm Bay stick marsh bass.
The Fishing Show with JT Kenny is brought to you by Florida Space Coast. Plan your next adventure at visitspacecoast.com. American Bait Works. B&W Trailer Hitches. Ardent Reels. Mercury. Go Boldly. Falcon Boats. Go Fish. Nichols Lures. Trocar. Greenway Plants reminds you to thank the farmer. Power Pole.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of The Fishing Show with JT Kenny. We're at Stick Marsh today, the legendary Stick Marsh. You guys all know at the end of the dirt road, there is a bass fishing mecca. We are here today. It's summertime. The cool thing about bass fishing here in the Palm Bay area in the summertime, a lot of it is going to revolve around current. It starts to rain here a lot in Florida in the summertime. And when that rain all starts coming in, this whole system is basically the St. Johns River. Headwaters Lake, Garcia, this lake, Stick Marsh that we're going to fish today, they're all kind of the headwaters of the St. Johns River. Well, when it starts to rain, all that water has to flush into the river system. What that does is creates a lot of current, and these bass absolutely love that current. So we're probably going to hit the flats a little bit today, but pretty much everything we're going to do today is going to be around the current, and I am anticipating catching some big old Palm Bay bass. So it's quite a few techniques. Not exactly sure. A lot of times lipless crankbaits are really good. Vibrating jigs are really good. Some days they just bite absolutely anything. So let's get out there. We're going to go hit several different spots and see exactly what's going on Stick Marsh today. Let's go. Alright, so we just got down here to the dam on Stick Marsh. And like happens a lot on the Fishing Show with JT Kenny, what we thought was going to happen isn't happening. The current is not running. We got airplanes overhead, but we got no current. So we're going to give it a try right here. There might be a little bit trickling out, but I expected to see it just boiling and boiling and boiling, and it's not. So let's give it a little try. We might have to drop back and punt today. Look at this. This usually does not have, and he ate it too. Like, it's a massive tilapia. This is crazy. These things are supposed to eat, like, I don't know, like, but he bit it. Like, he actually, look at old bugle lip here. Look at this guy. Oh, you catch everything around here. Look at this. And the nickel spinnerbait, he ate it. Look, it's in his, came for bass, caught a tilapia. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing to start the day with. Let's let him go. All right, well, we'll have to see how the rest of the day goes, but we started out with a tilapia on a spinnerbait. Never in my life a spinnerbait and a tilapia. Crazy. Yet. We have caught tilapia and now a gar. Everything in the lake is biting right now except the bass. Now these things got some nasty teeth on them, and he's got it. And I don't know, because I do not want to get bit, cut, whatever by this thing. These are nasty, and I don't have a real long pair of pliers. He may get to keep my chatterbait, maybe. Look at the teeth on this thing. Look at those nasty teeth on this guy. Look at those things. I do not want to be involved in anything that has to do with those teeth. Yuck. And I think he pretty much messed my chatterbait up, but you know what? Not very prepared today. That's the only chatterbait I had. Hey everybody, this is the B&W Trailer Hitches trailering tip of the week. You know, anybody that tows a trailer with surge brakes, and what surge brakes are, it's a master cylinder that's actually in the tongue of your trailer. And as you can see right here, when this slides back and forth, that's what applies your brakes. Well, when you hit the brakes on your truck, the weight of your trailer slides that little mechanism and it applies the brakes on your trailer. Well, to back up, you have to have a way to unlock that so you can back up and the weight of your trailer doesn't automatically attach the brakes. Well, that works through the electric coming from your reverse lights. It runs through your wiring harness on your trailer, hits a little solenoid on that master cylinder down there, and allows that to stay open so you can back up, you can back into your garage, more importantly, back down the boat ramp. But so you can back your trailer up. Well, sometimes if you blow the fuse on your truck and your reverse lights don't work, or maybe you have a bad wire in your wiring harness or something, when you go to put it in reverse, you're not going to be able to back up. So the way to solve that is you carry one of these little keys. This is kind of a neat little deal right here. You can get them just about anywhere. You know, any place that sells auto parts stuff or anything like that. A quick search online, you'll be able to find it. But anyway, it real easily just kind of clips right in there like that. It lays right on your trailer, and then it doesn't allow this mechanism to slide back and forth, and that way it doesn't apply your brakes when you go to back up. So that way you can back up even if you have a problem. It's really handy to have, especially like, you know, I even had it happen to me one time in traffic where I had to back up and my fuse blew on my truck and I couldn't back up and I was holding everybody up. So it's something that you really, you know, kind of make sure you have it with you just in case you ever have an issue like that. But that will always keep you being able to back up no matter what kind of problem you might have, and especially being able to back down that boat ramp so you can put the boat in the water and go fishing. All right, guys. Well, we bounced around a couple of those areas with, you know, with the current was normally flowing this time of year. We've had a lot of rain. I don't know why it's not flowing. It's kind of foiled my whole plan here. So we're dropping back and punt. We're going to pull up here on just a big grass and stump flat, and we're going to throw some top water, maybe throw a worm around a little bit, and you know, this is kind of secondary plan. So sometimes the best laid bassin plans just don't work out. So you're witnessing it so far right now on The Fishing Show with JT Kenny. We maybe have found one. It's taking us a while. Big old stick mark bass. It's a tense moment. All right, come up here, young man. Come here. Come here. I got you. You've been troke hard. I got you. Oh boy. Little belly flop land. Don't do it like this, guys. That's a good way to start. Uh-oh. I'm gonna have to retro car. I was hung on a stump earlier and I must have broke one of my legs off. We have bounced around so much this, I can't get this trocar out of there. You don't even need all of them. We have bounced around so much this morning, but we finally caught us a big old Palm Bay stick marsh bass. Let's let this one go, get back in there, see if we can get a couple more. Away she goes. Let's get back in there. That's a nice one. It's amazing. As soon as we get like to the spot, they show up. Ooh, oh, I just had him right in the snout. It came off. Did we finally find him? When they fight so hard in the summertime. It's crazy. Crazy. Boy, you would talk about getting it. He got that one. Oh, let me get the Eagle Claw pliers for that. I mean, it is down in there. Good thing he got it like that. I still haven't changed the hooks. Oh, look at that beast. Not quite as big as the other one, but still, that's a good one. So here's what we got going on. Obviously, as you saw, the first part of the day, train wreck. Tilapia, gar, couldn't get anything going on. We kept bouncing around and bouncing around. I was even thinking about maybe just loading up and going to Headwaters, which is just like 1.5 miles down the road. It's one of the cool things about here in the Palm Bay area is that we have so many lakes and they're so close together and they're all good. They're all actually great. But if one of them happens to be a little bit off, heck, just throw her on the trailer and drive 1.5 miles this way or 7 or 8 miles that way, put in another lake. It's absolutely amazing. But I don't think we're gonna have to do that now. The only thing I'm gonna have to do is get a new trocar on the back of my lipless crankbait, because I think we found it. Nice one. Come on up here, young man. Whoa! I'm telling you, you got me right in the face. You're trocard, buddy. You can't get away. You're trocard. It started out as a train wreck, and now we are train wrecking them. That, I mean, just look how fat they are. I mean, summertime fish, they have been feeding up, feeding good. Right now they're feeding on lipless. Let's get back in there. See ya. All right, I want to show you guys some of the tackle I'm using today. So far, a little tangled up here. This is a prototype crankbait I've been working with the guys at American Bait Works about. Threw this a little bit. I had a couple whack it. Didn't really catch anything on it. You know, like I always like, I got my Halo Series 2 cranking rod. I really like that particular cranking rod for bigger baits. Like this is a big, heavy square bill. So it's actually has a, I'm not even supposed to be talking about this one really, but it has a tungsten weight transfer system. It's a balsa bait with a tungsten weight transfer system, and it casts like a rocket. Got a couple bites today, but didn't catch one on it. A couple little ones on this. It's this standard old Ned rig. It's the Ozark Trail, the sinker stick, and it's just a stick worm. And this is that bluegill color. It's either bold bluegill, no, just regular bluegill. that bluegill color. I really like this color in the summertime. I just got it on a little Eagle Claw straight shank hook. I got a Halo XD3 Pro medium heavy rod. I like a medium heavy down here in Florida because you never know, man. There's some big fish around, so I like the medium heavy, keep them away from that grass and stuff. Got it on an Ardent C-Force spinning reel, 10 pound braid, 12 pound braid to like a 12 pound fluorocarbon leader. Pretty simple setup for that. Didn't really do a whole lot on that. Old Big 15. Caught one little one on it and had a couple bites. I didn't get it. Had it on a trocar hook. 16 pound fluorocarbon line. I got it on an Ardent Apex Grand. This is a 7.3-to-1. Anytime I'm throwing a Carolina rig, I always throw it on a fast reel, because when they pick that bait up, you got that big long leader, so they could swim this way, they could swim this way, they could swim this way. By the time you realize you got a bite and you go to set the hook and you didn't get a good hook set on him because he was over that way or over that way, you know, you got to wind up a lot of slack. I want to be able to do that as quick as possible. You could even use Ardent Summit Hawk in the 8-to-1 for that. So that's kind of the setup for the old ball and chain, as we like to call it. So far, the star of the show has been this guy. Just old standard 1/2 ounce lipless crankbait. It's a shad color with a little bit of purple back. I put some trocar hooks on it. Now this one I was throwing on a Halo Black Widow cranking rod. This is a 7.6 medium heavy cranking rod. And the cool thing about this, and if you've watched any of my other videos that I've done lately, I talked a lot about this. This is a graphite cranking rod. And my old go-to, like we just talked about, the Halo Series 2, this is a fiberglass and composite rod. And it's a great rod for a lot of things, especially heavier stuff. I like the old Series 2, the graphite rod. But for lighter stuff like this 1/2 ounce lipless bait and like chatterbaits and stuff like that, you know, vibrating jigs, this style, this graphite cranking rod, it's just so much more sensitive. It's so much lighter. I just really like this setup. It still has that same parabolic action as the old fiberglass rods do, but it's in graphite, so it's just lighter, it's more sensitive. You know, it's a better cranking setup all the way around, in my opinion. Also have this on Ardent Apex Grand 7.3-to-1. It's 17, 18 pound fluorocarbon line, something. I don't get too awful particular on that. Don't want to go too light or too heavy. 15 would be fine. 20's getting towards the top of it. Of course, got trocar hooks on that guy. So far, that's been the star of the show. After starting out slow, catching a couple of, we won't call them trash fish. What would we call them? Non-desirables, maybe? Yeah, we don't want to call them trash. No fish are trash. All fish are fun. Non-desirables, you know what? They still pulled on our string. All right, let's get back out there and hit it and see if we can find a couple more of these stick marsh bass. Done it. We've got the whole, not only have we caught some big bass today on Stick Marsh, we have got the entire trash can slam. I'm telling you, we have trash canned it up. Wait till you see this. Wait till you see this. That's right. Mr. Whiskers, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Whiskers has made a showing on the fishing show with JT Kenny. Now I'm gonna try not to have anything bad happen right here. That's where I'm going for nothing bad. Because there's trocar treble hooks flying that we all know how sharp they are. And we've got a Mr. Whiskers with a lesion on the back of his head. He's got stickers everywhere. He's got bones sticking out. Oh, we got that far. These Eagle Claw pliers have got some use today. And I don't want you to mess my trocar up. He has messed you up. Mr. Whiskers. Look at that. Look at that. If that would get you right there, that would be a bad day. Luckily, today's a good day. That's another Mr. Whiskers. It hasn't jumped, it might be. It might actually be. It's a nice bass. Come on up here, young man. Join the party. Join the party. So many times, we made a bunch of casts right there before we caught one. And so many times, you get them fired up. Nice one. You get them fired up. You get right back in there, you can get another one. That one hit it really quick. Wish you guys saw. We had an absolute blast today, out here on Stick Marsh. It took us a little while to get them figured out. We caught a tilapia, we caught a gar, we caught a catfish, caught all kind of stuff, and finally we got on those bass. And that just goes to show you, even in the middle of the summer, the current's supposed to be running. We came out here, we thought we were just gonna pull up on those couple little current places and absolutely wreck them. Obviously it didn't work out, but guess what? These lakes around Palm Bay are so good that we just bounced around a little bit till we found them, and finally we found them on those ditch edges out there. They had some shell bars on the sides of them, a little bit of wind, and we pulled out there. That lipless crankbait was absolutely the star of the show today. But we had an awesome day. We caught some big ones. Unfortunately, we lost a couple big ones, and as it always seems like in fishing, the biggest one got away, but we still got some really big Stick Marsh bass in the boat. Had an awesome time. Thanks you guys for watching another episode of The Fishing Show with JT Kenny, and today was another solo edition.
The Fishing Show with JT Kenny is brought to you by Florida Space Coast. Plan your next adventure at visitspacecoast.com. American Bait Works, B&W Trailer Hitches, Ardent Reels, Mercury, Go Boldly, Falcon Boats, Go Fish, Nichols Lures, Trocar. Greenway Plants reminds you to thank a farmer. Power Pole,